So I believe that I've always been fascinated by science since childhood. I was driven by a deep curiosity about connection between anatomy and function, and I had a desire to understand how the human body works, and had a growing interest in unraveling the molecular mechanisms that underlie it all.
I think I first became interested in science as a child. I was always curious about how things work, so constantly asking questions to understand the world. For example, what is fire made of, or how can the radio work, or how you can write music in a disc or a material. So yeah, that's when I think that all started.
So when I was a small girl, I fell in love with science. Basically from the first opportunity when I had to read about the discoveries and the work that has been done by Sofia Kovalevskaya and Maria Sklodowska-Curie, and just seeing the colors of the periodic table. Being a very small girl, I still do recall this feeling about how fascinating was it to me, and and I was curious with all these questions, why around to my parents.
My own. She's a chemist and pharmacist, and I've been really influenced by her. I like listening to her and learning how she analyzes and everything from a chemist point of view. I like learning from her stories related to when she was working in a pharmaceutical lab. I'm sure that she inspired me to become a scientist. Sure.
And it is a pleasure because I can contribute a small drop, a small stone, to a big movement to improve health and bring medicines and meat to the market to help patients.
Fortunately, science is a part of my life. As a consultancy company, we are in contact with many scientists. Most of them come from scientific groups or R&D departments in universities, hospitals, pharma and biotech and medical industry all over Europe. I have been in direct contact with a huge diversity of scientists like chemists, biochemists, pharmacists or biologists. And for the past 20 years, I have had the opportunity to see the evolution of science in our sector. Each time there are more and better trained scientists around us.
Yes, I am very proud of being involved in the implementation of clinical trials regulation and to have provided training and support for sponsors to achieve the approval and maintenance of the clinical trials.
So my career in the pharmaceutical sector is marked by significant contributions, especially in bridging innovative science with practical solutions.
I would tell her that the path is not going to be easy, but not to give up even in the most difficult times, because it is worth it. I would also tell her that it's possible to have a meaningful scientific career outside the classical research career path in academia.
I would say do what you like, because doing that has brought me here, where I am now, and it's a pretty good place.
I would advise my younger self to continue embracing the curiosity and passion for science, staying open to the learning and explore across different jobs in science and healthcare sector to find finally your happy place.
I was honored to be involved in the European regulatory approval process for the Spanish COVID-19 vaccine developed by IPRA. Really, it has been amazing to see how the scientific community has worked together globally to develop effective and safe vaccines in such a short time, preventing millions of deaths.
Well, one of my main challenges I have faced in my career has been the transition from the clinical practice to the regulatory scientific sector. I have elaborated my knowledge in regulatory first and medical devices. So I also have to committed to continuous self-training, working and collaboration with the team in cross-functional services. I think in this way, learning little by little was the best way to improve my skills.
I personally find very exciting participating in a wide variety of projects, from small projects where I focus mainly on the preparation of a document or a set of documents, to more complex projects such as Horizon 2020 projects. And in this regard, I have had the opportunity to participate in the SPIOMED project, where Asphalion participates as a partner of the consortium, and we give a continuous regulatory advice to help in the clinical development of a new therapy for polycystic ovary syndrome.
The most rewarding aspect of my work would be managing activities and developing solutions that can directly translate into something visible, practical, making a real impact on society's health.